my calculations are correct, when this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
They're here.
Do you really think you have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy?
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
It's showtime.
Right, welcome everybody to another episode of the VHS Strikes Back. I am one of your hosts, Chris, and my co-host and very good friend is Dave.
Hey there, Chris, and hello to our listeners out there. Welcome to the VHS Strikes Back, the show where we dust off the old video player and go on a nostalgic journey to look at the good and the bad movies of yesteryear. Now, Chris, what we're going to review this week?
Well, Dave, it's the year of the stitch-up. It's the year of some of the greatest terrible movies we've ever covered. And it was Blake's turn, Dave, our good friend and Patreon Blake. And he said, you know what? I'm going to go past Malibu Express and everything else we've done over the last few weeks, you know. And I'm going to pick the 2001 Tom Green, directed, written and starred by Mr. Tom Green, Dave. This one is called Freddy Got Fingered. So, Dave, had you heard of this, seen it, any sort of recollection of this before watching it this week?
So I think I remember it coming out. I remember it at the time. But I know Tom Green had his show on MTV and stuff, and he was a bit wacky and just kind of gross out comedy. I think you'd file this under. But I'd seen Tom Green on Road Trip, and I remember watching that. It's another one we need to go back to at some point. I remember enjoying that movie, but it would always cut away, and he had a whole thing with a snake there. And I remember thinking, because I had no idea who this person was, I remember thinking at the time, you must be famous for something else, because he keeps going to your scenes and they're not funny at all. For me, he was the worst thing in that movie. So when I saw this one, I was like, okay, clever little word there, you know, play on fingered. Because, of course, I thought the Americans referred to a bit of finger blasting. They didn't call it fingering, you know. So I thought, oh, it's a play like he's been accused by the police, you know, he's been fingered in that way, you know, pointed out. Oh, no, it's meant how you would think it's meant. So, yeah, but honestly, watching this movie now, I keep my powder dry on what I think about it until we get into the review. But it did bring back a lot of nostalgia for me for 2001. And I thought, you know what? If I reflect back, you'd kind of, the Berlin Wall had come down in 89. So, you know, everything was groovy and, you know, communism had been defeated. You know, so everyone had money in their pocket. Everything was great. You know, Cold War was ended. And basically people had fuck all to occupy themselves up until a certain other event in 2001. And I think, you know, and the world changed then. And it just brought back that nostalgia of, you know, people had fuck all to do other than to be absolute dicks and make money out of it. So, yeah, but I want to say more about the movie, but I really want to wait as well. But what about yourself, Chris?
So it's funny. I've never seen this movie. However, there was a couple of scenes that I do remember. So, you know, as shipbreak, as he's called in American Pie, when he's in the home. Yeah, but Vinci, when he ends up sort of, you know, we'll talk about that in the review. That bit, we're talking to the kid, I remember. I seem to remember there's a couple of other bits seem familiar, and I've got a feeling it might be one of these, like, you know, it's stupid Channel 4. I always talk about, like, the talking heads saying the worst movies ever. I've got a feeling this may have been in that sphere, and I've come across something with this in, but no, I have never watched this. And Blake, I've got to say, oh my God, for picking this one. This is definitely, he knows what he's doing, Blake. He has done his homework, Dave. He knows what we like and dislike. And yeah, unbelievable. I think the one thing I would say, irrespective of whatever we think of the movie, and we'll get into that, Tom Green, Dave, we may not be here if it wasn't for Tom Green. You do know that, don't you, Dave?
What?
Podcasting. So we may know, because Joe Rogan actually went on Tom Green's show because he decided to have this, like, show online, purely online, and it was a non-advertising, it wasn't mainstream TV. He goes on as a guest around 2005. It was quite a big show at the time. And that gave Joe Rogan the influence to just say, you know what, I fancy doing this. So I'm not on TV. I'm not having to feed. It's my own platform. Do it online. And he created his podcast pretty much off the influence of Tom Green and Tom Green's House show or something it was called. A bit like just an online show where he wasn't beholden to anybody. And that's where that was, because that one of the reasons I started podcasting. It was because of that. But Joe Rogan's podcast, I did listen to. Whatever you think of him now, I mean, they're long fucking podcasts, but I got into podcasting a lot through listening to Joe Rogan stuff through the UFC. So I probably, maybe not you, Dave, but I probably wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Tom Green. So in some respects, he does get a virtual clap because he sort of was the brainchild for a lot of people creating podcasts off the back of what he did.
Right.
That's the only.
I thought you were going to tell a story about how Tom Green did a prank with a particle accelerator or something and created a massive black hole that we all got sucked into. So when you said, we might not be here, but weird. I'm not even being funny either. That's where my brain went to. So. No, it's funny, isn't it? I forget now. I think my obsession with podcasts probably came. I mean, I had, as you know, I had an operation in 2008-ish, I think it was, and then I couldn't drive for a couple of years, so I ended up for work. I had to get the train. I remember getting the train down into London quite often. And it's fucking boring, and there's only so much music you want to listen to. So I ended up just getting into listening to podcasts all the way down. It was like a couple of hours to get into the office. So yeah, that was how I started it. And then probably like a lot of people, you listen to loads of different podcasts and you're thinking, I think I'd enjoy doing this. And so that was my kind of gateway drug, if you like.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? How we get into it? I know we did our podcast together and all that, didn't we? The Pro Evo one and everything, and that's how we sort of started going, should we do a podcast? But yeah, it's weird how he has an influence on sort of mainstream Tom Green. Before we get to talk about this movie, Dave. But anyway, that's the only credit I'm giving him so far, this side of the trailer. But shall we get into the trailer?
So we will do. But but again, the brain just on one today for lateral thoughts. But so we've been doing this now. I think that when I guested on your podcast, I think that was at the end of 2017 or the beginning of 2008.
End of 2017.
End of 2017. So we're coming into 2026. So that'll be 9 years ago. And then you go back the previous 9 years from that, you're into 2008. So podcasting in its infancy at that time. Yeah.
It's a long time, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
10-year anniversary in a couple of years, Dave. That'd be bloody hell. Yeah, we're getting old, mate. We're getting old.
What do you get for 10 years? Is it wood?
No, you get a full reconstructive surgery on your shoulders, Dave, because it's the Calibre Express.
Anyway, on that note, sorry, just weird thoughts this morning. So, should we get into our trailer?
Yeah, let's go quickly.
In a world where sanity takes a holiday, a comedy gets dragged into a hedge. One man dares to ask the question, "Daddy, would you like some sausage?"
It's that scene, the unforgettable one.
It's Freddy Got Fingered, a bold, fearless explosion of surreal genius from Tom Green.
Genius? It's certainly a word somebody could use, but not me, Dave.
Meet Gord Brody, animator, visionary, and a man whose creativity simply cannot be contained.
Or controlled, or themed, or, directed.
Watch as Gord sets out to pursue his dream career in animation, overcoming obstacles with boundless enthusiasm.
And creating a few new obstacles along the way, mostly for the audience.
Mostly.
Suits you, sir.
I was thinking newts from Aliens. Witness the iconic moments, the unforgettable gags, the groundbreaking commitment to chaos.
Dave, am I reading the wrong script? Because that's not this movie. Groundbreaking is one way to put it. Earth-shattering occasionally. Fucking will-shattering.
And Rip Torn delivers a powerhouse performance packed with pure, explosive intensity.
To be fair, and I'm trying to do his voice, he sounds more like Jack Duckworth. He seems to channel the emotions of anyone watching this thing.
It's outrageous. It's fearless. It's a one-of-a-kind cinematic experience.
Absolutely one of a kind. I don't think anyone will ever try to make this again or watch it again, take that.
Freddy Got Fingered, a film that refuses to be ignored.
Fuck's sake.
Unemployed 28-year-old cartoonist Gord leaves his parents' home in Portland, Oregon, to pursue his lifelong ambition of obtaining a contract for an animated television series. His parents, Jim and Julie, give him a Chrysler LeBaron, which he drives to Los Angeles and starts to work at a cheese factory to make money. Now, Chris, what do you reckon to the opening of this movie?
Blake. Now, we have covered, as you said before the trailer, Dave, this is, it's a long time we've been podcasting, many years. And, we have covered some fucking terrible movies. I always go back to Necromantic, just ridiculous, for your height only. It was fucking brilliant. Just ridiculous movies. Malibu Express, one of my highlights from this year, because it's utterly just a softcore fucking Chris Phelps teenage wet dream movie. And there's different movies over the years, fucking whatever his Party at Kitty and fucking Studs and all that, just these random movies that you're just like, oh my God. And that, as we've said, there's only one movie we've actually both gone, I cannot cover this. We started this movie. I've got to say it, Dave, this is the fucking worst movie I've ever seen. Blake has got the title. I don't think I've said it this year, and I'm not just saying that because we're coming towards the end of the year. I've never been so fucking triggered watching a movie, because I think just the cast and the budget, that's what always seems us. If you're watching a low budget movie, as much as it's awful, I can go, yeah, I am going full on fucking bad guy in this. This is fucking terrible. And the fact that he starts wanking off a fucking horse for no reason. This guy, Tom Green, is not funny. I don't get the comedy in this movie. It's fucking shit, this movie. Oh my God, did I want to punch my fucking TV, Dave? I wanted to punch myself as well. It is absolutely ridiculous. And I just kept thinking of a beautiful mulleted man somewhere down south, pissing himself, laughing, knowing that he's got me, waiting for this podcast, because he has got me, Dave. I was fuming watching this movie. It is terrible. Oh my God, I'm getting more angry as I talk. It is, Dave, the hairs on the back of my fucking neck, I was so annoyed watching this movie. How the hell did this even get made? I've ranted, I know, fuck a doodle do, this is a bad movie. Dave, over to you.
Yeah, I mean, I how do I top that? Well, what I will say is, Blake, I doth my cap to thee. I just think right at the end of the year, Chris, we have done almost at the finish line there, a whole year of the stitch up, and we have watched some absolute shockers. And when I got to things like Empire, I thought, I can't watch anything worse than this. Well, I was wrong. I think this movie could have only been made at this time. I just think, I think I mentioned Road Trip earlier, but it reminds me a lot of kind of like Jackass. Again, I just think that this is the only point in time when this type of movie would ever get made. The fact that 20th Century Fox actually stumped up $14 fucking million to make this shit. And it honestly, it does it. It creates this visceral reaction in me as well. It's like, this is fucking terrible. I mean, it's just you being a dick. It's not funny on any level. And I've actually been slightly obsessed because I've been trying to, there's a few different interviews. So I've been trying to get a bit more of a rounded understanding of what he thinks about the movie when he looks back at it. And it's almost like, okay, yeah, this was an idiotic movie, done on purpose. and people hated it at the time, but, you know, loads of people have said to me since that they love it. And I'm like, look, people fucking love Samurai Cop, including us. People like Miami Connection. The way he says it is if like, oh, maybe the critics got it wrong. No, the critics didn't get it wrong. This is fucking terrible. I think this is the worst movie I've ever seen. Just because, like you say, it is fucking, there's so much budget behind it. And it's just fucking nonsense. Who is on that set and thinking, oh yeah, this is going to be funny? And I did find out, so I mean, they set out not to make an NC-17 movie. So basically, you have to be porn or something, or, you know, severe violence to get that movie. And then they ended up cutting a load of it out. So maybe, I'm not going to say that maybe that's why it's disjointed, because there's fucking nothing else really that makes sense in that movie. But yeah, this is an absolute shocker, and I never have to fucking watch this again.
And you know what? And obviously, you know, we both talk about like having ADHD, and I'm watching this guy, and Tom Green has just had carte blanche to do whatever he wants. Whoever he has fucking slipped on the casting couch to get this job, bravo. Because how have they allowed this as a mainstream 20th Century Fox, or distributed by 20th Century Fox? How has this even been made? That's what I just don't get. Is because, like, straight away we get him talking on the bed, don't we? And I know I've jumped to the horse bit, but he's talking the animation thing. The pictures look pretty good. They look like sort of like you can see they're like an adult theme, like a Viz type thing for if you're from the UK, you know, like a bit silly sort of cartoons, whoever, you know, the animator is in real life. So they're pretty good, and he's telling the story, and then it's this whole dynamic with the family. Like, I get the shock stuff and what he's going for. It's almost like he's trying to be Jim Carrey, but the 18 or the R-rated Jim Carrey, but he's just not funny, and he's not likable, and his character's not likable. So when he goes to Hollywood, straight away he's making the cheese stuff, and then everyone's there like making the cheese, and everyone's in a blue fucking overall with a hairnet, and he's the only one who's not got the hairnet. He looks about 2 foot taller than everybody, and then he starts picking up a big sausage. I mean, I'm laughing now because he's like so childish, but he's got a big cock on the fucking conveyor belt, and I'm like, what the fuck? This is just after he's just fucking wanked off a fucking horse, and he is really wanking a horse off as well there. That's not fucking prosthetic. I'm like, what is going on? I know they have to do this sort of thing with animals, and we've seen it on like that fucking Channel 5 thing, the reality show on the farm, like wanking pigs off and all that shit. But come on, what the fuck is going on? It made no sense. He just jumps the fence as he's going to Hollywood and starts fucking wanking him off because these fucking cowboys are there. I'm just like, why? What is fucking going on in this movie? And just all the way through, we have just got some of the stupidest fucking scenes I've ever seen. I'd love to know if Blake loves this, Dave, or it is purely a stitch up, because I can understand a lot of people saying they love this type of movie, but for me, this is awful. A fucking truly awful movie.
I'm trying to think if I was watching this. So say you're around with some mates and you know, in 2001, 2002 sort of time, and maybe you're having a special cigarette or doing the old hot knives or something like that. You know, I'm watching this thing and you're sort of chatting and you're only sort of half paying attention to the movie. Maybe if you're in exactly the right headspace where you just, you know, in that mood to just be stupid and stuff, maybe I could see that's why, you know, I could get enjoyment out of it. But no, watching it as a grumpy old fucker, it just did nothing for me at all. And the fact is, you know, he's like 28, he's nearly fucking 30. And I don't even mean Gord, I mean Tom Green, the actor. What the fuck are you doing with yourself? Like, it's such a desperate plea for, oh, hey, look at me, fucking cry for attention. So, I mean, even, and then there's no point trying to make logic out of this, but, you know, he basically drives to the bus station and his parents are there with his brother Freddy, and he's driven there. Oh no, so he's on his skateboard, isn't he? But like, well, where were his parents? Like, Why didn't they drive with him? and then he's about to get on the bus to say, "Oh, I've got you a car." And I'm like, why did you agree to meet him at the bus station? And like, just straight away, it was like really fucking silly. And then the other thing I was trying to think, okay, if I was in the right headspace, you know, things like Fast Show. I didn't enjoy Fast Show the first time I watched it. And where you have this repetitive joke thing, you know, so like when you have Ted, you know, the groundskeeper and that, and you know, all the reoccurring characters, there's a point where it clicks and it gets funny. You know, even though the first time I watched it, I was like, this isn't funny at all. So I was trying to think maybe he's going for something like that, because even when, you know, you got Rip Torn there and he's got his car and he thinks, you know, he's giving Freddy some shit saying I'm the favourite son and whatever because I've got a great car. No, it's because they want you to fuck off. It's like, right, don't really want to see you again for a long time. But when he's saying, oh, you know, you're making me proud, and then they're going back and forth, you know, he's like, proud. They just keep saying the word proud, and I'm like, is that supposed to be funny? If I watched this 20 times, would at some point in those 20, would I find that bit funny? I'm not sure. But what you said about he's not funny, but he's not fucking likable. I mean, as soon as he starts to drive away and he's like, get the fuck out of the way. And like you say, you can imagine fucking working with him in the factory when he's fucking about with the sausage and the cheese and stuff. And the bit that got cut out, which was in the trailer that we saw, where he's like, oh, it's got my cheese helmet on. I'm like, it's just you being an absolute dick. It's not funny at any level that I can see.
Yeah. I'm with you. When he goes home and he meets, you know, like you say, his dad's doing that stupid voice, yes, Gordy, you know, your embarrassments to the family and all that fucking bollocks. And then when he goes to the hospital, because his friend, he's building the skateboard ramp, innit? And he's got the gun and the nail gun, and his mate's like, oh, he's in a full suit. Oh, yeah, just keep the noise down. So his dad's there, keep the noise down. He starts doing it louder than the family across the road. And then his mate snaps his fucking shin open, doesn't it? And he's there fucking licking the blood and everything, like right next to the wound, just like fucking. It's just honestly, and the worst bit of the movie is the next bit, because he ends up in hospital with his mate Darren, and he's in a ward with women. He's got a woman next to him who's fucking ready to have a baby. She goes into labour. He delivers the baby and starts swinging the baby around off the umbilical cord with blood everywhere. And I'm like, I don't know who your audience is, but whoever the 2 or 3 people who find this hilarious, I am not fucking one of them, because that scene with the baby's just fucking stupid. He's swinging it round with an umbilical cord to wake it up. She sat there, there's blood everywhere. You've got 2 sort of Native American women on the fucking bongos and stuff, fucking singing, and his mate's there with his bad
When
leg.
you repeat it back, it sounds funnier than it is.
It's funny, but when you're watching it, it's not, is it? And then he gives her the bait, and then he meets the receptionist, the blonde girl.
But before we get on to the receptionist, though, I mean, I can't get over these. I can get the gag, or I can understand, you know, if the thing is you're trying to do this gross out silliness, right? That's your kind of shtick. But the fact that he's in the hospital, his mate's got a fractured fucking leg, and they stick him next to a woman who's obviously in fucking labour.
I know.
What ward is this?
I know, I've never known this. And there's no nurses can hear you.
Yeah, it's done purely to set up the gag, you know, that he's going to deliver the baby. But I'm like, you've got to work a bit fucking harder than that to lay up a gag. I didn't like that. But yeah, sorry, on to the receptionist.
Sorry, yes, and this was before he delivered it, but he meets Betty, the blonde girl, and she's doing this like almost like that water thing that was common now, where you're flipping it, trying to flip it onto its back and all that stuff. She's flicking this like milk little carton thing over. She, I've done it 7 times, and then he asks her on a day, and then as she walks off. No, she doesn't walk off because she's in a fucking wheelchair, Chris. So he doesn't walk off. That fucking miracle. That's the best bit of the movie. So she drives off. We realise she's in a wheelchair. And then he's like, yeah, we'll go on a date. And the next minute, he goes to see her. And she wants to go back to the bedroom, and she wants to be hit across the legs with a fucking kendo stick. And the more he hits her, the more excited she gets. And then obviously he ends up cracking her one in the head. But she's got a thing for fucking blowjobs. And I was just like, is this some sort of fucking fantasies living out here? What is going on here? Like, this woman wants to, like, because she's paralyzed, she wants to, that made no sense to me at all, Dave. And I just didn't get, I mean, she's creating a rocket powered wheelchair. Like you says, we're discussing it. It sounds, if you've not seen it, if you're listening, it probably sounds like, oh, it sounds fucking wacky and madcap. It's not. Don't watch it. We've done the Lord's work for you, as I say. We've watched this movie. Don't watch it. It's fucking terrible. But that whole bit with her and this thing that she just wanted a blowjob off her. And then he was like, the second, I just want us to go out. And she's like, no, let me give you Dave, would most men turn that down before they went out? Come on. I'm not having that.
It's just nonsense, isn't it? And it's one of these things where, somehow, because he'd run into, was it a bit later actually, he runs into Drew Barrymore, who obviously he ended up marrying. And, but he's basically his character. So Gord, he's an absolute dick. But you get this drop dead gorgeous girl who just is obsessed with giving him blowjobs, and it's like, okay, I can buy you being smacked with a coach, when he's dressed up later, but I can't buy that. So it's just utter shit. And then she lifts his shirt up so she can start going to town, I guess, and then sees he's got half of the fucking umbilical cord strapped to his belly, and it's like, mate, just what are you doing?
Yeah, there's no logic to it, is there? There's just nothing. The scene, what it is, it's like you're using the same characters, but the scenes are supposed to tell a story, and they just don't. And like you said before, making work with a woman, she just happens to be next to his best mate who's fucking done his femur or whatever it is, and he's like, come on, just that just doesn't make any sense. And I think even when he goes home, though, and the conversations with his dad, and he ends up at the restaurant, doesn't he, with her, and he's with Betty at the restaurant, and this is after he'd said, let's go on a date and that. And he's got this massive... oh my God. Yeah. I've got a suit, I've got my dad's suit on, and he was... I can just imagine a load of absolute fucking film things or just wacky comedians thinking that this is absolutely the pinnacle. Yeah, just the pinnacle of comedy. And it's just not. Yeah, that backwards bit, he's got his dad's suit on with the briefcase and honestly, I'm getting more annoyed as we're talking now. Blake is absolutely, like you say, you doff your cap. I salute you, Blake, because I just thought this was going to be a sort of Jim Carrey knockoff, a bit of a wacky thing. I just didn't research it, which is a good thing. Gone straight into it and was like, oh my God, this is the worst movie I've ever seen. I think that's because of the budget and the fact it got commissioned. Just elevates it above anything that we've ever reviewed on any of our podcasts, because Tom Green is a bellend. He's an absolute bellend, and he's just not funny. And the shock stuff he's doing might have been something that worked on his MTV show, but this is not the platform for it at all. Like, just nothing works for me at all. There's not one bit where I laugh in the movie.
No. And the thing is, as well, we were talking earlier about how long we've been doing this podcasting stuff for now. And I remember, I think it was episode 25 of Comics in Motion. I made you watch Weird Science with a young Anthony Michael Hall in it.
Yes.
And that is the animator. That's David Davidson, isn't it? The animator that he speaks to. And you were like, this is terrible. I'm pretty sure you might have even said, this is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. And oh, what a journey you've been on. But even when he goes to try and find him, because did you see that weird color correction thing that they got wrong as well? When he's speaking to Drew Barrymore, it cuts to a scene, and then weirdly the color gradient is just massively different from the whole rest of the movie. It was like a proper samurai cop scene Whereas
No, I
the
didn't
rest,
see that.
the rest of the movie sort of looks, like the people behind the camera are at least competent. But he's dressed up like an English policeman and going into the restaurant, to try and find this guy. And again, there's no real explanation or sense or logic to it, or it's not funny. So yeah, I mean, I thought Anthony Michael Hall actually played an okay character because he's like, he's not a complete dick. Someone's just barged into the restaurant, and let's face it, if Gord actually barged into the restaurant and interrupted you, I think you'd be a bit of a dick to him as well. But yes, he gives him some good feedback. He says your drawings aren't bad, but there's nothing funny about them. And I wondered how meta that was for the actual movie. Because he's basically saying it's not funny at all.
Well, and I think you're right, like, because that scene, obviously, he gets in the Ferrari, but, cut the cheese shot, let's go. It's the bit when he's with his dad, though, Dave, and, they're in the restaurant. He's got the phone. He's got the massive phone there, and it's a recording, and he's just talking shit about firing people, and everyone's watching. But his dad wants the best for him, but then comes over and absolutely tears strips off him. How he's faking it. He lives with his parents. He's not got a job. And this is to Betty, and I'm like, but I don't get it. 1 minute he's, as the character, like his dad's just weird anyway, and he's
not a good character either, is he?
No, it's not, and he's like the foil to him, and this sets up, like, which I think is a terrible part of the movie. Like, and I don't know what the comedy thing was of it. It just sort of was like, this isn't the sort of stuff you use in a movie. But like when he's saying to that fucking social with the copper, yeah, me dad touches Freddy and all this. He's fingered Freddy, and I'm like, why? Why would you use that in a movie just because your dad's like scuppered you with your girlfriend and that? Why would I don't get it. I'm not saying people don't do it, but like for what he's done in this whole movie, how shocking do you need to be where you're now saying your dad's the guy who's lost his wife, the mum, they've split up now, because then you get fucking the dad down the fucking in his basement telling him to fuck him up the arse, and
yeah, that was very
that is fucking bizarre. And the mum sees this, like, and he's like, yeah, shit, you get it out of context, and all this, and he's like, but why? What the fuck is going on here? Like, honestly, nothing makes sense. There's no character building. There's no, and I know this is the whole point of the movie, and I'm probably missing what it is, but it's just it's so frustrating, and it just seems to be Tom Green thinking that he's like, this is like an in joke that we've missed in this movie, because I don't get at all what he's about. I think he's fucking rubbish. He's absolutely garbage as a comedian.
Yeah, I think I will say his mum is played by Julie Hagerty, who I remember very well because I watched Airplane and Airplane 2 so many times growing up. But this is definitely a low light, I would say, of her career. But also Rip Torn, he was in Men in Black, wasn't he? He was Zed in Men in Black, and you think, how do you go from that to this? And I think they did try and get a load of other people, didn't they? A load of other people looked at the scripts and was like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
So Rip Torn was the one they got to, and he didn't run away. And also you've got, I mean, the thing is with old Finchy there, I mean, apart from American Pie, I don't think he's done that much, certainly that I recognise him in, and he's hardly in it. He must have filmed for like a day or 2 days or something to do all his bits, because once he gets carted off, he basically gets put in care, doesn't he? And that's it. He's pretty much done for the movie. You see him a bit later, but no real, he's not a central character in the movie, so to have the whole title of the movie, again, that it's just literally put there so you can have that title of the movie so it can be kind of shocking. That's it. I think he's just, with everything, he's just trying to shock and be funny. And I think, it maybe hits the mark a bit with the shocking at sometimes, but definitely not the funny.
No, and I think you're right. Like the Finchy thing's weird, because this would come out around the same time as American Pie, didn't it? So
it was 2 years later, wasn't it? American Pie was 99. Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. So 2 years later. Yeah, but again, Dave, like he's 25 years old. When they come and get him, and the police come and like, oh yeah, come with us. As if he's a kid. He ends up in a fucking care home with children. He's like, I'm 25. It's like, what? again, another joke that just doesn't land. He's an adult in a fucking, the irony of an adult.
Yeah. I can imagine them writing it down. How funny will this be?
Yeah, some fucking bell ends in. I mean, this is where for me, celebs are just on a different fucking, I know he's not a massive celeb, but they're on a different fucking plane to normal people. Like, how and why? I can imagine people are always a revolutionary. He's a absolute iconic comedian. He set the table for people after him. No, he didn't. He's just a dick. He's basically had every fucking ADHD medication as someone who takes it and gone, fuck that, I'm just gonna take everyone just go crazy. He goes absolutely loopy in this movie and nothing makes sense. I mean, his mum ends up with fucking Shaq. Why? It just like doesn't land. There's no funniness to it. I think even when he goes to see Darren again, doesn't he? And he's there pitching it, and his dad chases him to fucking Hollywood, and then his dad kicks the shit out of him and has a fight with the security, and he's like, "Oh, no, she's great. It's the greatest thing I've ever seen. Who'd you hire this guy from?" He goes, "No, it's my dad." And I'm like, don't make sense. And then we get the cartoon on the screen, which is terrible anyway.
Yeah, look at my hooves.
Yeah.
Very funny, very funny.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah. Hell of a game. Nothing. Just, I'm so frustrated watching this movie. Like, I just don't get, and I hate when someone's trying to be cleverer than the audience when they're doing a movie, when they think that they're so funny that it's such, as I say, it's an in-joke. This movie's like an in-joke with him and say 3 or 4 friends who probably absolutely love what he did because maybe he was putting his fingers up to Hollywood or something. I don't know. But my God,
that was going there.
Well, yeah. But I think you had to have a few fingers to get it made. But fuck me, it's terrible. It is such a bad movie.
It is, and you're right. I basically think, this is just a weak attempt at stringing together loads of shocking scenes. I mean, the stuff with going to Hollywood, it reminds me of it's got as much logic as a fucking Muppets movie or something, where they head off to Hollywood. And yeah, like I say, they could have spent a bit more money and made it a bit more believable that, he actually made a decent cartoon where he got paid lots of money for it. It was just, no, the cartoon was shit as well. And then he decides, he's going to basically Shanghai his dad and then take him to Pakistan, but they're going to cut out, I don't know what sort of plane that goes on, that, just cut out that bit of the house, which ends up sort of falling on him, and then they end up getting captured. And then, you're saying about, what was the fucking reason that he went up to wank off a horse? Well, it comes back because he ends up wanking off an elephant, doesn't he? Which, and it's like, oh, maybe that's his superpower. He's just really good at wanking off fucking animals. And I'm like, and then they have a bit of a moment, but I'm like, oh, I don't get it. Was that supposed to be the payoff? Like, there's just no logic. But also, I think I could forgive the lack of logic if there were just some bits that were actually funny.
Yeah, that's what the issue is. There's just not one bit where I laughed at it. I'm just forever frustrated. I mean, the movie runs at just under 90 minutes, and honestly, it's about 85 minutes too long. I did see that there is a PG version edit of this movie, Dave.
How long is on that?
Well, it's 4 minutes long, apparently. maybe that's the one we should have reviewed. We might have got a bit more enjoyment out of it. But yeah, it's a very, very strange movie for me. A very, very strange movie that just doesn't make any sense logically, and I still cannot understand. Like, it's a massive cult following now on Blu-ray and DVD. He's made so much money now, but whereas he didn't initially. And then apparently Tom Green's reasoning behind it being an absolute flop was loads of kids under 17 were buying tickets for Crocodile Dundee in LA and were sneaking in to watch his movie at the same time. That's what they were doing, Dave. I mean, that's about as bad as his fucking jokes, isn't it? But my God, that is a reach.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the only people, isn't he, who's turned up for to receive his Razzie Awards. I saw there's actually a clip of it. He brought his own little red carpet, and again, I think it's the forced wackiness and zaniness that I can't stand. Honestly, it's just is really creative. I do. After watching this, I do want to commit physical violence.
So maybe Blake has done the right thing to Dave.
He's absolutely pulled the blinder here.
Yeah, fucking brilliant. Blake, honestly, mate, unbelievable you picked this movie. Shall we get into our scores, Dave?
Yeah, there's going to be some
Very
shockers
quick.
a turn around here.
Well, Dave, I will say, and I think it may not have been, but it might have been. Was it one of Blake's picks when they did the switcheroo? And I said, actually, no, it wasn't, was it? I think it was Austin Powers.
It was Austin Powers
running the
yeah.
switcheroo. Dave, there is no switcheroo. And if I did do a switcheroo, I would like you to catch the pigeon and put your fist down the phone when you next speak to me and punch me square in my big fucking schnoz. This is the worst movie I've ever seen, and I mean that sincerely. It's fucking terrible movie. Tom Green is an absolute bellend. Nothing hits. The shock stuff is just awful. And I know we've covered some truly worse produced movies, but they're on lower budget, stuff like that. This is terrible. Tom Green is one of the most unlikable lead characters, and there's no payoff in it because he doesn't deserve what he gets at the end. I know it's his movie, he can drive it however he wants. He's purely a despicable character in this, and nothing fucking his. As soon as you see wanking off a fucking horse, I'm like, right, yeah, I'm out. It is terrible. So Dave, he's going to Alderaan. He's also going to the Phantom Zone. He's also going somewhere where we'll never see this movie again. I will never watch this fucking garbage again, Dave. So Blake has done his job. The Year of the Stitch Up has absolutely stitched me right up. What a terrible movie.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a grade A star, in fact, fucking Stitch Up. Absolutely right at the end of the year, or almost at the end of the year. And I think I mentioned before, but we did have our Patreons do a vote. So next year is going to be a pain or pleasure sort of theme to the year. So let's see where that one goes. But yeah, right at the end of the Year of the Stitch Up, and fuck me, I wasn't expecting this. I wasn't expecting it to be so bad. And actually, you say about when he starts wanking off the horse, I think for me, it was even before that. It's right at the beginning where he's skating around and being chased by a mall cop. It's like, okay, you're clearly. I mean, he looked about 30. I thought he's actually 28 apparently when this was made. He looked older to me. And you're fucking skating around like you're a kid in a mall getting chased by a mall cop. I don't think I'm going to like this. And you know what? I was right. This film is utterly terrible. I again, just nothing on any level does it for me. And I just think it's poorly made. It's poorly scripted. It's poorly directed. I think maybe this cult following, they're the same people who like other terrible movies as well. And they kind of like them and laugh at them ironically. That's the only thing I can think that why this is popular now, but I absolutely fucking hated this movie and I will never watch this again. So off to Alderaan, you fuck.
Well, Dave, it's my pick.
I know, God. You're gonna do some...
I've got one up my sleeve, and So this episode, my pick will come out on Christmas Eve. So Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope you enjoy this movie just before Christmas. I hope Santa gives you everything that you need, because I am delivering a wonderful Christmas gift this year, Dave. So we are going back to 1993. This is an all-star cast, Dave. It stars George Segal, Lisette Anthony, who I've just been watching our video in Pet First Series Days, still fit. And she was in the... what was she in? She was in Depeche Mode's video. Anyway, Olympia Dukakis means nothing to you, Dave. Diane Keaton.
The late and great.
Yeah, Diane. Yeah, I've said Diane Keaton. Yeah, Danny DeVito, Dave. Kirstie Alley. John Travolta. The year before Pulp Fiction, Dave. We are going to be watching the Christmas cracker, Dave. Look who's talking now. So let's get into the trailer. And
Let's go.
it has a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes, so let's go again.
This holiday season, things are not too merry for the world's favorite.
No Bruce Willis in this one, Dave. I can't actually remember who did the voice.
Bruce Willis and Roseanne Barr in the first one.
No, the first one, but who's in the second one?
I'm in London. I'm in San Francisco. We're in Dallas.
And the kids
Mom, we need a dog.
We've been through this 100 times.
just aren't in the spirit.
Christmas stinks.
Wasn't there ever anything in the world that you
I
wanted
mean,
more
I
than
did have a
anything?
thing for Kirstie Alley back in this
100%.
era.
The family that has everyone talking
Julie, get back here.
is going to the dogs.
I've got papers.
Oh, it's the animals that talk in this one, isn't it?
Move on this.
Oh, I remember it
Get out of
now.
here.
That's who Danny
Look
DeVito
who's
is.
talking now.
This is where we live.
Nice cushy thing to sleep on. A little lumpy. Maybe I'll just dig the crap out of it.
Forgot this is the third one, Dave, not Booker's Talking Tree.
Shall we?
Yeah,
What do you
because
say you and
I
me
think
go
in the
play
second one it was still Bruce Willis.
It was, yeah.
Each other.
Roseanne Barr was his
We have
sister.
2 dogs.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
This is my stinky brother,
Oh my God, what have I done
dear.
to us?
There's the holiday spirit.
TriStar Pictures
Just before he
presents
becomes Vincent Vega.
Take it away.
John Travolta,
Who cares if he can sit
Oh,
down?
memeable,
I can sit down,
there.
or he can
Yeah.
beg.
Begs Easy, Kirstie Alley,
Santa doesn't want you to be a naughty girl.
Who are you, his mother?
I'm a vodka. How would you like a little death grip?
I got it.
Danny DeVito as the voice of Rocks,
Little high
Oh my
strung,
God.
aren't we, Daffy? Your mom knew
is
your cousin a
terrible,
little
Dave.
too well, didn't
Yeah,
she?
there's nothing
What
funny
a
in
gift
this
to
either.
everybody. No, what a gift to everybody.
Hey, this haircut, my butt is freezing.
Look who's talking now.
What are you gonna name him, Mike? Rocks. How come rocks?
Because that's what he left all over the back seat.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh,
Oh my God. Oh, can we not accelerate to next fucking year? Christ.
oh my God, that is terrible. Absolutely terrible. I can't wait, Dave.
To
Oh
be
my
fair, I
God.
mean, we did have some crackers, didn't we? We had Lair of the White Worm. We had cigarette. I always fucking say cigarettes. So champagne and
Bullets.
bullets,
Brilliant.
and then of course Malibu Express. So this is karma coming back, to get us with Freddy Got Fingered. And then look who's talking now. God, that is going to be excruciating. I hope it's a short one as well, because I mean, I didn't say Freddy Got Fingered. Fucking hell, hour and a half, and fuck me, it felt like felt like I was watching Cloud Atlas again.
Yeah, I think that was
3 hours.
fucking
And
epic.
definitely, I would watch Cloud Atlas way before I'd watch fucking Freddy Got Fingered.
Oh, 100%, 100%. And just obviously about long movies, Dave, for some reason, I saw it yesterday, but Endgame's going back in the cinema next year, back end of next year for some reason.
Oh,
They're gonna
really?
rerun it. Yeah, so why they don't do Infinity War and Endgame, or do all 4 of them together. But yeah, Endgame's back in the cinema. But like the back end of next year, it must be tying in with the new one coming out in 2027, must it?
Yeah. Well, why are they doing it? To make fucking money.
Yep. And will I go and watch it again in the cinema? Probably.
Yeah,
But there you go.
probably. Yeah.
Over there. Anyway, no, thank you, thank you, Blake, mate. Honestly, I applaud you. Absolutely brilliant pick this week, and I hope that I go one higher next week, because that looks truly atrocious. Absolutely woeful movie. If you do want to email us, the VHS Strikes Back at gmail.com. If you want to follow us on social media at VHS Strikes Back. If you do want to support us, please get over to patreon.com/the VHS Strikes Back. So the roll call of honor, and a big thank you to Reese, Nick, Greg, Gareth, Mike, Helen, Lee, Dylan, Dan, Justin, Susan, Tim, Matt Hales, Kent, Looking Really Green, Herb Shack, Math Blake, John Hammond, and Mr. Tony Farine. So thank you so much, all you wonderful patrons and everyone listening. But festive to our patrons, I wish you a wonderful Christmas. And just imagine waking up on Christmas Day, frustrated that you've seen John Travolta and his fucking syrup with Kirstie Alley producing a masterclass in bad acting. That's exactly the present I want to give to everybody this year, Dave. Over to you, Mr. Horrocks.
Absolutely. Yeah, Merry Christmas to everyone. It's been a
Merry Christmas.
fucking year and a half. But no, it's a great time to spend with the family, friends, and everything. And eat way too much, drink too much if that's your tipple as well, and just ultimately have a great time. Now, Chris, for this week's musical little number, I said I fucking hate the movie. Obviously, I think I made that very clear, but it did give me a nostalgic feeling for that time. And again, I don't know how much of it is just me, because at that time I'd been working, in a sort of proper job, if you like, for a couple of years. Had a little bit of cash in my pocket, and I remember being in that first house in Altrincham, actually, and having Kerrang TV on quite a lot. And you had a lot of this. I mean, it started a bit earlier, didn't it? With like things like American Pie. Yeah. Basically, so many bands that just sounded like Blink 182. It was sort of punk, but it wasn't like the gritty, grimy fucking 70s real punk. It was this pop produced version of it, but it just made me feel like that. So that's where I've come at for this one, and this one is called Sausage Flip.
I don't wanna be the guy slapping sausage on a keyboard just to feel alive, but here I am again, swinging on a horse like, look daddy, I can be a real man. Well, I'm a cartoon king in my parents' basement, living off G-strings and row entertainment, trying to show the world my masterpiece script, but dad's yelling in my face like, Gord, you're a dick. Got a job in a factory, lasted 10 minutes, took a tour through anatomy, now I'm in it to win it. Rip torns, losing patience, I'm losing my grip, but hey daddy, would you like a little sausage flip? I can't draw hands, can't land gigs, can't stop screaming in the street at strangers, kids. I'm on a skateboard, crashing into life, living every day like I'm allergic to ride, cause I don't wanna be the Gord you fingered, swinging on a vine while the whole town lingers. Everybody's asking, man, what's wrong with him? I'm like, you'd be weird too if you saw inside a horse's skin. And I don't wanna slip, but I'm doing the sausage flip. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah, I'm doing the sausage flip. Hey, 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 hey. And dad's about to have a fit. I met a girl in a hospital, rocket scientist queen. She tells me to go chase dreams while she tasers her spleen. Made amazing tubes, had a baby on a zip line. This is normal gore behavior, happens all the time. X-ray cat, yeah, that's my creation. He sees through wood, but only on occasion. The studio execs say, Gord, you're insane. I'm like, thank you, sir, that's Michael Mann. I'm not lazy, I'm experimental, like licking metal and calling it accidental. I'm making art, or something like it. If chaos pays off, then I might just strike it. Cause I don't wanna be the Gord you fingered, living in a world where the plot gets injured, running through scenes like a fever dream trip. And Daddy, would you like some sausage through my lips? And I don't wanna quit, yeah, I'm doing the sausage flip. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah, I'm doing the sausage flip. Hey, 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 hey. Dad's about to have a fit. I'm screaming in a scuba suit, interviewing for jobs that I just can't do. Got ketchup on my face like war paint, war kick down dad's door, fall right through the floor. Cartoon dreams, but the fever's high. Every moment like a brain cell drive by. And if life ever starts to make sense again, I'll just hop on a horse and scream amen. Cause I don't wanna be the Gord you fingered, living every second like a meme that lingers. Everyone's watching but I won't slip, cause I'm still doing the damn sausage flip. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah, I'm doing the sausage flip. Hey, 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 hey. And Dad's about to lose his shit. Hey, 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 hey.
Doesn't that just take you back to that sort of late 90s, early 2000s song? You either had everything that sounded like Matrix stuff or stuff that sounded like Blink 182.
Yeah, honestly, that doesn't sound like it's the thing. It sounds like a mainstream song that you would have watched on Kerrang or something. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. I think in between kind of Blink 182, Sum 41, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, again, no matter how I feel about the movie, I always enjoy putting the kind of lyrics together and stuff, and trying to put it all together, and coming at it from a certain angle. But anyway, Chris, thank you very much, sir. Blake, fuck you. No, seriously. Look, amazing pick again. I just didn't see this one coming. Like Jim Carrey and fucking Dumb and Dumber there. And yeah, absolutely. Thanks to all our Patreons. Thanks to all our supporters. Have a Merry Christmas, and we'll speak to you next time. Bye.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over. What the fuck are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do?
Maybe we could build a fire, sing a couple of songs, huh? Why don't we try that?
We better get back, because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
I'll be back. That's not.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
Wax on, wax off. Get to the chopper! One ring to go. All right. Ding, ding. Bust you up. Go for it.
Well, here we go. Ain't so bad. Ain't so bad. Ain't so bad. Come on. Ain't so bad. Ain't nothing. Come on. You must be crazy or something. I'm crazy. You just a stupid fool. Maybe you crazy something. I ain't breathing heavy. He's a fool. He's stupid. I've seen you at 6 more.
I must break you.